Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Goher, and I'm the computer science teacher here at Bukhara Presidential School. This is our first podcast, and we're doing it just to capture what the students think, how the 2 years have went by. We've got year 11 students here who will be introducing themselves shortly, and we're just gonna kind of like chilled out atmosphere, talk whenever you want to talk. Don't feel shy. That's very important, yeah? Don't feel shy. Bahadir, yeah? All right? No shyness, yeah? So I'll pass it on to Abdullah, who can introduce himself.
Hello everyone, my name is Mustafa Abdullah, and I've been studying computer science A-levels since 2 years, since my 9th grade, and as well as I've been studying in presidential school 2 years.
Hello, my name is Muzaffar Bakhoder, and I have been studying computer science for 2 years. I am majoring in finance, but I did my A-levels in computer science because there is no A-levels for my major. So that's it.
So basically what you're saying, you had no choice but to do computer science. Thank you, Bahadir. It's got to be one, innit? It's always one. Yeah.
So hello everyone, my name is Shahjahan, and I'm in love with computers and all this.
Finally.
Yeah, and I want also major in artificial intelligence and all this robotic stuff, all these neural networks, and hope for the bright future of AI and other things.
Hello everyone, my name is Mustafa Bahtiyor. I have been studying for 2 years A-level computer science, and I would say thanks to Mr. Goher for creating such a good atmosphere for studying.
Good afternoon. My name is Kamal John, and I'm 17 years old, and I chose physics, computer science, and mathematics as A levels. And my major is civil engineering, and I think computer science will need to me in the future.
So I just want to start off with what were your feelings and your emotions, because you guys came straight into grade 10, right?
Yeah.
And you've only really had 2 years in school. So when you first came into school, what were your thoughts? What were your ideas? So if I pass it on to Shahjahan.
So to be honest, I didn't study computer science before coming to presidential school. I just did programming, but all this theory stuff, all this database, I haven't no idea about them, and also my English wasn't that good to study such an A-level subject, so it was like shock for me, total emotional shock. So at the beginning I tried hard and failed a lot of times. Like in the first term, we even in our school we had to remove some questions from the paper because we haven't covered them. The situation of falling behind of our A-level peers from other countries was common in our school. So, but thankfully, thanks to Mr. Goher and Mr. Meredin, our another local teacher, we really catched up, and I think we will get amazing results from our A-level exams.
They better get good results or they know what's going to happen. Yeah, right. Okay, so you talked a little bit about how you felt when you came in. What about the last 2 years that you spent here? Can you talk a bit about that?
Well, the atmosphere here is like unbelievable. I mean, the first time I came in here, I thought that it would be the same with the things that I've passed through. For example, I've attended some camps, some other schools, and etc. But this school, I mean, presidential schools, and atmosphere here is not only atmosphere, but everything is here different, and it is fabulous. And while I was studying here 2 years, I've experienced a lot, and I believe that I learned a lot of soft skills and discovered a lot of novelties for myself. And I can tell you one thing, that studying A levels, it doesn't matter from what subjects, even so it's computer science, mathematics, or physics, or chemistry. It teaches you not only it gives you not only academic knowledge, but it also prepares you for life in certain terms. So what I want to say is that while you are studying Cambridge system, I mean, while you are studying A levels, you will gain, you'll be both smart academically, and also you will have better social skills and social experience, because it requires you to think logically. It requires you to be good enough at certain skills, and certain of your skills should be developed. So I mean, it's kind of way of living, you know. So I don't regret like even a second that I've spent here, and I hope that my A levels results, my A level results will be better than I'm expecting. Even so, it was challenging, tricky, and difficult at the beginning. After a bit of time, I could manage somehow, and as a system, teaching system was new, and the atmosphere was new. It was kind of a shock for me, but anyways, I could manage. And
if I kind of stop you there, when you say the atmosphere was different, and I'm going to pass this on to Komaljan, right?
okay.
Yeah, Komaljan, you mentioned something about the atmosphere, yeah? So the atmosphere was different, right? Could you explain from your perspective how the atmosphere was different to other schools?
I think in local schools there's no such a friendly environment like in our school, because we can see it in many like many places. Like for example, in our case, we live together and we study together, so there are lots of times that we spend with each other. For example, after school, we have some like breaks, and we have for example, we have a breakfast. So at that time, we talk about some our A levels. So we learn something and we teach something to our teenagers. So I think this is something that makes a difference from local teachers. Yeah.
You mentioned teaching.
Yeah.
Right. I know that you guys have been doing some teaching.
Yeah.
Could you talk about a little bit about that? What you doing?
Basically, Shah was the man who who helped our students to learn computer science A levels, because he like conducted some lessons, and he uploaded a video of that lesson to the YouTube platform. And I will pass the microphone to him.
Thank you, Kamaljan. So basically, what we are trying to do is to make classes even more engaging than Mr. Goher is doing.
I'm just going to say that is not possible. Yeah, no.
Because like there is no teacher, there is no strict rules. Everyone is happy. Everyone is.
What kind of strict rules do I have in my class? Yeah?
Like everyone can sit at whatever time he wants, can discuss whatever, but it should be in the related to the topic of computer science, of course. So yeah, of course, in the class of Mr. Go, we laugh a lot, we make a lot of fun, but yeah, I try to do the same, but try even better. Try to outperform him.
if I don't have a job next year, you know why? Yeah. I think someone's gonna overtake me. Yeah.
That's not gonna happen. You're also better than me, of course. So
It's on camera. Everyone, all the witnesses.
yeah, I also want to mention to add something to what Abdullah said. He mentioned about that A level requires good logical thinking skills. Yeah, I fully agree with this idea, and because every time in the marking scheme, answers to the same question appear differently. So, the answers change. You should not you shouldn't stick to only one syllabus, only one source. So you have to like read everything and from everywhere, try everything, ask from your teachers, and etc.
I think that's a very good point that you mentioned there, using various sources, because in my lessons I like to use YouTube videos. Yes, Kamal Jan? Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about that? Yeah, your experience. And I think, to be honest, that is very valuable from your perspective.
At the beginning, I thought watching YouTube videos during lessons is nothing.
YouTube videos were rubbish.
Yeah.
Right. He's got a point.
Yeah. At the beginning, I thought all of this is nothing but a silliness. But after having a lot of like YouTube videos, I realized that they are really like helpful for A levels, because the owners of the YouTube channel is professional A level teachers. So that's why I think they know what they are doing. So I think rather than reading a book, it's much better, and doesn't require a lot of effort for studying A level computer science. Yeah.
Bahadur, could you kind of like mention your thoughts now? So you've spent almost 2 years in school, right? Not just computer science, you've done physics and you've done mathematics, but now you're coming at the end of it. What are your feelings, right? How do you feel? How have you changed as a person in these last 2 years?
Well, like all my friends, first time I came here, I have never studied computer science, and at the beginning I was instead of shocked, but thanks to hardworking teachers and my friends, they not only prepared me for academic success, but also they helped me to improve my English skills, and I'm very grateful about that. Now I feel very grateful. I'm glad that I have been upgraded to such point.
So you feel that you've improved a lot?
Yes.
Over the last 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah? And is that the common feel, Bakhtiar? Common feeling? Yes.
Yes.
Right. Cool. Okay. What about in terms of as a person? Right. And I know you mentioned a little bit about soft skills, right? So if I come back to soft skills, what kind of soft skills do you think you've developed? Because if you kind of go through what do we do in the class, like just think about what I do in the class, right? Do I sit at the front? Do I sit there and I just write on the board and say, now you must turn to page I'll read that page. No, you must turn to page 502, copy down the questions and answer them, please. Or is it a different style of teaching? I mean, what?
And during lessons, I realized that discussion is key part of lessons, and after the lessons, I guess that helping our friends who are struggling with some subjects is really helpful.
It's really helpful.
Yes.
And they say the best way to learn is to The student. Remember, the best way to learn is to teach.
And
Because
discussion.
you retain 90%.
And I wanted to mention something. As you said now, the best way of learning is teaching. For person to achieve something and learn something, the most people think that it's depends on the person who is learning. I mean, yes, it depends, but also partially it also depends for the person who is teaching. I mean, if I'm learning something, it might depend on me, like 80%, but it also depends on the person who is teaching me. If that person gives me his full attention and contributes, and I'll also focus and concentrate, I believe that it's a best way of teaching and learning as well. So that's my point.
So what you're saying is that you felt that the teachers mutually exclusive. Yeah. So that it's as if the teacher gives his full attention to the student's more likely to give their full attention back to the teacher, right? And Bakhtiyor, could you kind of explain from your perspective what that actually means? If you kind of go through what the classroom environment was like was it rubbish?
No, it was really helpful because in the class we have learned not only the syllabus but also life lesson.
Life lesson. Oh, we're coming to life lessons there. Right.
Yeah, Mr. Goher explained some points which will help us in the future, and also as Bahodir mentioned, discussion also key part of the lesson, because as you discuss with your friends, the points stick to your mind, which will help to remember for a long time.
So you're saying that discussion was really useful?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So probably coming to the end of the podcast, and I want you guys to give a little bit about what your vision is now. Now you've been here for 2 years. You've learned certain skills. You learned certain soft skills, right? Maybe you can mention the soft skills that you've learned, what your vision is now, and what you hope to do for the future. Right? I'm guessing everybody wants to go abroad, yeah, for a year or a few years. But I think from my perspective, what are you going to do for Uzbekistan? And I tell you why. My brother-in-law, he went to Cambridge University, and coming from, I come from an Asian background, right? He went to Cambridge. He came back. We threw a massive party. Well done. You know what he said to me? He said to me that his friends who are going to Cambridge University, their fathers went to Cambridge, their grandfathers went to Cambridge, their great-grandfathers went to Cambridge University. So when they came home, they didn't have a party, right? Parents didn't say, well done. They turned around and said, okay, now you've graduated from Cambridge University, what are you going to achieve now? Now what are you going to achieve? Not the fact that he went to Cambridge, he achieved something. They thought from his perspective, that was just a baseline. That was the beginning. So now what are you going to achieve? And I want you to think about what you are going to achieve and what are you going to do for Uzbekistan.
So I just wanted to start it with a little story. So one day, Einstein was giving his students an exam, physics exam in the university. So after the exam, they went for a walk with his assistant. And his assistant said, after seeing the questions in the paper, he said, sir, but the questions that you gave are the same questions as you gave last year. Does it make sense? So he said, and Einstein said, yeah, the questions are the same, but answers have changed. So basically, in our fast and rapidly evolving world, everything is really changing fast, and we need to be flexible, not to stick to uh, some knowledge and think that it's enough for us. No, we always should develop, learn, and study hard to achieve something in this life.
So what you're saying is you need to constantly adapt and evolve. Yeah. So constantly adapting and evolving by gaining knowledge. And what's the most important thing I say? Cambridge is all about application of knowledge. Can you apply your knowledge to real life situations? Which means you have to PB. P stands for problem solving. Yeah, it's all about, in the world you have lots of problems, right? When you become smart, you sit there and Einstein problem solved. It's all about problem solving. Sorry, I'll give you back the mic. No.
So and I personally want to go to the capital of Uzbekistan, Tashkent, to study there AI and robotics. And after graduating, I want to go abroad to do my masters in also AI, maybe some other directions, maybe like cloud computing or something else. And after having a master's degree, I want to come back to Uzbekistan and apply all the knowledge that I gained from abroad, from universities abroad, to adopt some AI technologies in maybe education. I was thinking about the AI system as that will gain a feedback from all students and analyze the method of teaching of the teacher, and then after analyzing all this information, give a feedback also to teacher how to actually teach the student individual student, and how to approach each student, because everyone has different character, different way of studying. So teacher also should adapt for it, but it's difficult for teacher to make such decisions. So AI can do it way faster. So the technologies like that I really want to apply and invent in Uzbekistan.
That's pretty cool, man. It means like we're gonna be out of jobs soon. Teachers, AI is taking over. It's his fault. Shah Jahan's fault. Yeah.
As my future career, I wanted to be the part of business system, business management or administration, and I wanted to pursue my studies, bachelor's here in Uzbekistan, and then go to the further studies, continue my further studies, master's degree, do my master's degree at overseas, and of course come back as there are like certain reasons for me to come back to my country. One of them is that I'm the only child in my family, and it's my kind of it's a must for me to be here with my parents. And secondly, the second most important reason for me to live here and contribute to my country, to its blossom, is of course my country gave me knowledge, and I should pay back. Well, I wanted to say that as Shah Jahan mentioned, the passing through knowledge, like I know that from a personal experience, that if you give, you'll take. It doesn't matter what. If you give goodness, you'll take goodness. If you will give badness to someone, you'll take a badness. For example, it's always like it's always required to give whatever you have for you take it back. The more you give, the more you take. And yes, all these lessons taught me, and all these A levels and studies made me wiser. So
What's your and if you don't have a vision, that's fine, because I'm not expecting everyone to have a vision right now. I'm not expecting, because you guys are
Yeah.
still young. You're gonna do your degree. You can gather. You're gonna kind of like feel who you are, and that's fine. But you've kind of generalized that you want to come back and give something, which is fair enough. He's got a very specific vision what he wants to do. He wants to make sure there's no more teachers anymore, right?
Currently, as I mentioned, as I wanted to be a businessman, even though I don't have any business idea right now, but I'm sure that after studying my master's, as I mentioned, I wanted to continue my career here, and I wanted to invent or to do something that it's not developed or it's not well developed here. Because
Can you give me an example, or is it too early? I mean, you don't have to.
for example, like simply like I don't know if even if it's not business, like simply let's take an A levels. It's not such developed in Uzbekistan,
Fair enough.
Yes,
Fair enough, yeah.
but and as my last point, I learned two main things in computer science, and one of them is all these binary systems and zeros and ones. And the first main thing is that the most important thing is party. That's the main thing that I've learned.
I never said that.
Well, this school helped me improve myself as a person in many ways. Um, when it comes to my future plans, I want to study abroad, like everyone wants, because there are many universities in the world that can give world-class education, and they are pretty good at teaching finance, business, and I want to go abroad and take some knowledge and apply here. And when it comes to contributing our country's development, we can also do that by staying in other countries, like investing to our country or like something else.
So have you got a plan for investment?
No, not yet.
There's something you think about, yeah? Something you think about too.
Yes, maybe for instance there will be some technology that does not have in Uzbekistan, and we should brought this kind of products to our country, and this also kind of investing. And that's it. And as a conclusion, I would like to say thanks to you, thanks to teachers, thanks to my friends, and thanks to our government to help me to improve to such point. And that was very helpful, and I am glad that I am here, and I will do my best to help our country to contribute to our country's development.
I'm not going to pass it to Shah Jahan because I think he's been on it too much.
When I speak my future plans, I'm going to go to the Tashkent for study my bachelor degree. After that, I'm going to go to abroad for master degrees. I will learn new skills and experience and apply them in Uzbekistan. I'm going to contribute for the development of Uzbekistan, for economics of Uzbekistan. I want to thanks to Mr. Goher for being such an amazing teacher and for pushing us to be our best selves.
I think he means I was very horrible and pushed him too much. Yeah.
Well, when it comes to my future plans, in the future I'm going to, I do my bachelor's in Tashkent, and hopefully I will go to one of the European countries for my master's degree. And after having my master's degree diploma, I'm going to come in my hometown in Bukhara to improve the building techniques in here. And the most thing that I want to improve in here is basically the all buildings and structures are in Uzbekistan are pretty much the same. They are all like a cube, so there's no kind of architecture going on. So that's why I want to do I want to make an uncommon like buildings to make it more attractive for both local people and for tourists. And I think it will be beneficial for the development of Uzbekistan. And in conclusion, after having 2 years of study here, I wanted to thank to my teachers and for example Mr. Goher and Mr. Quinton, who helped me a lot for my A-level subjects and for improving my soft skills. So thank you, Mr. Goher, for all you have done.
Just my job. I'm here whenever you guys need me. Yeah, I'm just phone call away, email away, telegram away. Do not contact me 2 o'clock in the morning saying, hello, we have a pizza delivery. Yeah, not interested. Yeah, no, but guys, it's been an absolute pleasure teaching you. It's been an emotional journey, right? I think, yeah, actually, it has been a wonderful experience. You're right, it has. And it will be quite sad to see you guys go in the first cohort. I will be coming to New Uzbekistan University and I will be partying. No, right? Yeah. So hopefully, best of luck, guys. And I wish you all the best for your future. Yeah. Thank you guys.